It's like another volume knob.
I know, that's why I was asking you what it did. That's all I need to know. Hey guys. How's everybody doing? Hi, Amanda. I'm good. How are you? Next week, my live is going to be on Wednesday. There's only a few people in here anyways right now, but just so you know, I'm making the live event now. I have another school thing on Thursday next week. Hello, Larissa. Missed you guys last week. Alright, I think I made... The live event is up for next week. It's Wednesday instead of Thursday. I'll put that in the Discord too so everyone knows. Hey Penny, I just saw your name pop up. How's everybody? It's getting a little chilly down here in the basement. It's starting to feel like fall. My day's going well. I'm pretty tired. Long day teaching, but Mom, shush, my show is on. Yeah, it was a long day teaching today. I'm dealing with a little bit of a wrist injury. Nothing serious, but it does make doing art all day, like showing the kids what to do and coloring and cutting, kind of hard. But I should be good. I just practiced typing a little bit and I think I'm okay. It's just one of those overuse injuries. So, we're reading July of 1899 today. Maybe we'll get through the whole thing. I don't know. We'll see. If my wrist starts to hurt, I gotta rest it. But exciting things. Yay! Here on time. Welcome. Usually I just sit here for a couple minutes while everybody joins in. Last week, the diary detectives had a meeting. We had a video chat. We did some research on Myrtie and some of the people that I have this long list that I just keep adding to and not checking anybody off. So we checked some people off. We found some pictures. I can show you guys what we found. I was going through and trying to add them to our little like scrapbook thing. These are some of the people inside the diary. We found more stuff, but I forget where I put it all. But this is Hattie Wheelock, somebody who she's mentioned in the diary. And something interesting about this picture is this was, hold on, I'm not going to quote it exactly correctly, so why don't I just search it again here. This is the website we found it on. It was something cool about the incubator. It was the first electric, or it was a kerosene incubator. The Old Trusty incubator, referred to as Old Trusty, was a kerosene-heated incubator invented in 1903, especially for use on farms without electricity. It was considered a very modern farm tool for its time, keeping baby chicks alive or warm. The Old Trusty incubator. And obviously it works because she has this wonderful large flock of chickens running around. These photos, I just got really lucky and found when I was searching for pictures of the town. I'm try to get to the homepage. Hold on. I found this site on Flickr. Someone's page And this person has a collection of photos and glass negatives from the town that Myrtie lived in. So it's been amazing. I've been able to just literally search her collection and find a lot of people from the diary. So that's been really special. Some of the pictures, like, I don't think anyone in here is, we don't know who they are, but I don't think they're related to Myrtie, but it is just like such a cute picture. There's so many really great ones. And then there's even one, this is the craziest thing. So it's labeled, my internet has been slow. I like just jamming this button. Hold on. Could you load? What draws you to her diary? Well, I got her one of them on eBay, so that was kind of it. Like, I just randomly came across it, purchased it, and then got into it with her. But when I started researching that diary, I found someone else online who has a couple other ones from her, and that lady actually donated them to me. Because she's like me and has a bunch of diary projects going at once, and she was like, oh, I'm not going to get around to it. You can have them. So that's why I have 3. It started off as it was going to be like a quick, just 1 year dip into this lady's life, and now we're going to be reading 3 years of her. So, was she from the U.S.? Vermont. Yep, Vermont. Yeah, so we do cycle through multiple people. I started this off by reading... A long time ago, I read a diary from New York from 1917, and that's what like kicked off my hobby. And that was Anglesey Hewlett, her name was. And then we read a series called The Weatherman Diaries. I wonder if I can easily pull something up here. Oh, well, I'll pull up my website. So I have all this stuff on my website, but The Weatherman Diaries were written by a man named Todd Delaney. And then it was also, they were written by his wife. So after he passed away, his wife picked up with the diary. And that's a picture of him. We don't have a picture of Edna, his wife, but. So that's the Weatherman Diaries. We read 3 of those. Then we had the Slippy Diaries, which we just finished. Let's see. Ralph Slippy was a mayor in Waterloo, Iowa. We found lots of pictures of him and stuff about his life. So those diaries were written by Ralph and his wife, Georgiana. There were 5 of them. We just finished those and sent them off to a descendant, and now we're in July of Myrtie's diary, so we're getting to know her, I feel like, but we're still in the beginning. And what was I saying before? I forget. Oh, I wanted to show you, what did I want to show you? Oh, just like that main page, but this is frozen, so. Not loading. Oh, here we go. So this is the page on Flickr that I found. I think I showed you this. I don't know. I was going to look something up or click on something else, but I forget. Anyways, I researched my family, and my first click to do so is my mom's dad passed in 2001. Oh, like that's what started it for you? Researching that. Do you research your own family? Yes, I do, but I don't have it as in depth. My French side I can trace back pretty far. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. My French side I can trace back, but my Portuguese side, it like stops. Oh, that's what I was gonna. Thank you, Samantha. That's exactly what I was gonna do. I was gonna show you the picture that we think is Myrtie and her dad. It's definitely called Unknown. I don't know if it's Unknown People. No. Well, I have it here. Hold on. This picture is from that website, and it says Unknown People in Calais, Vermont, 1900. And when I saw this, I realized, oh my God, I think that's Myrtie and her dad. And I'm pretty sure it is. So I'll show you. I'll kind of like flick back and forth, I guess. So this is, I'm going to have to do a lot of zooming out. I did have their picture like right up against it, but I moved it earlier. Hold on. Not this one. This one. I'll move it in here again. So there's Myrtie. I'll zoom in just to her. Feel like she's got the same, she's almost looking exactly the same way too. I think it's her. And then, hey Twyla. And this is her dad. The characteristic beard. I feel like, and the odds that they both look so similar to the people in the photo and they're together, it's her. And it's her dad picking her up from school or something. It's kind of crazy too, because this is in, well, it says it's in 1900. I don't know if the person who redeveloped this photo knows that for a fact or if it was a guess, but that's like this, we're in 1899 in the diary, so it's kind of insane that this is like the same time period, the same, almost the same year. There they are. Very cool. All right, why don't we get started? And we're on July. So now it's starting to get nice and warm in Vermont. And did she say that she's done with school? Yeah, the day before she closed her school. I have a picture of her school before we get really into it. I'll show that because that's pretty cool to see where she taught. This was where she taught. I'm assuming she was the only teacher in this schoolhouse in Vermont. All right. It does look like a Christmas card. Father carried me to M.S. Hathaway's. That means in the horse and buggy. I got my order for teaching and board for 9 weeks. Something H.G.H. Kent cashed it. I don't know if that's a G. Doesn't look like an O. Cashed it at $49.50. Let's see how much that is. I'll leave that letter up so you guys can give me your input if you think it's a G or what. But inflation calculator, $18.99 to now. And $49.50. Let's see. $49.50 and $18.99 is equivalent in purchasing power to about $1,932.15. A lot of money. That's probably for the whole. When did she last get paid? I feel like January. So half the year, the whole semester. Okay. I'm so excited to see you're going live today. Oh, happy birthday. Happy for real birthday. I'll give you a happy diary birthday. But it means even more because it's your birthday on diary day. Exciting stuff. July 2nd. Father spoke at the town that we don't say the name of. Teachers didn't get paid enough even back then. Aunt Rosanna. Actually, I'll look up when she was, how did she say it? I got my order for teaching and board. I could look up pay, received pay. Oh, that's for the cow. Teaching. Here. In February, she got a check for $50.15 in cash. So, March, April, May, June, July. So that's about like 4 months, because I'm not going to count all of July. It was, so like half the year, half the school year. And about the same pay, a little bit less than she got in February. Okay. Aunt Rosanna went with him. She stayed at home all night. Did I complete the last entertaining? Oh, hold on. No, I didn't. I didn't finish the last entry. Thank you. I just got distracted. Aunt Rosanna Kennison stayed here all night. We all stayed at home all night. Okay. I'm writing that down. Rosanna Kennison. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by the inflation calculator. She stayed at home all night. Father, mother, and I stayed at home all night. Typical. They're always staying at home all night. Okay, now I go to July. The rest of the July folder. Okay, July 3rd. Mother is not so well. I did most of the housework. Average hourly rate for pay in $18.99 was 22 cents. Did most of the housework. Aunt Rosanna and I called to E.H. Stickney's and Clark Doty's. I was just looking at Clark Doty's grave and his ancestry page because he was on my list. I was trying to find a picture of him, but I couldn't. And Stickney came up in his, it wasn't his obituary, but I was looking for Clark Doty's obituary or any other articles about him. And there was something where Clark Doty sold some land or something, or purchased the Stickney house or something. I saw that name. I called to E.H. Stickney's and Clark Doty's. She stayed here all night. Father, mother, and I stayed at home all night. I forgot you were back there, Ian. You're so quiet. Shh, he says. July 4th. The 4th of July. Father carried Aunt Rosanna to Woodbury to Uncle J.B. Wheeler's. What, you looking at the cat?
He's like perfectly laying in this notch.
I know, that's where he was snoozing. We're having a party tomorrow, so I don't know if you guys can see it. Claude's been laying under the table there. We're having a Halloween paint party where you take the thrifted painting and you make it spooky. So I was getting all set up. Hello, Fluff. He's not in the camera. There we go. He's so slumped. You hate it. You're famous. J.B. Wheeler's. Mother and I. He just like gives up. Surprised. Usually he has more spark.
Like
Mother and I at home. He came home. We all stayed at home all night. So much at home. Okay. July 5th. Father picked potato bugs. Diary birthday. Yay. Happy diary birthday. I did a good part of the housework. Mother is not very well. Hey, Kate. Fellow diary detective. We all stayed at home all night. Alright, I feel like I need to look up Aunt Rosanna, especially since she's come and gone now. So let's do this. She said she was in, well, they dropped her off in Woodbury. I don't know if that means she lived there, but let's look up Rosanna. I've heard Kennison. Do this. Why is it telling me to do this? Before I could just see that. Oh, ancestors. It never was asking me to join when I was searching before. Hold on. Let me go. I'll just sign up. I thought I like used to have an account, but sent a verification. Okay, hold on. Pause. Confirm. Okay. Log in. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. And now we gotta find East. How'd you get the diary? Did you get it online? I got it on eBay. Well, the first one I got of Myrtie's I got on eBay. And then I started searching more and we found someone else who had... Why can't I now find this group? We found someone else who had other diaries of hers. And then the woman who had them donated them to me. So one of them I bought on eBay and the other two were donated. They came from a few different places. Hi, Nikki. I'm good. How are you? Someone said, wow, oh, the Velvet Graham said, wow, do my family. I would love to. I don't think you want me to do it on a live stream, though. Okay. Now, what the heck was I searching? Oh, Kennison. All that just to probably find nothing, you know? But I feel like I've seen that name. Would it do partial? Kent. Keniston. Maybe that's what I saw. That one is Keniston. Keniston here again. Okay, maybe I'll search that. I think it probably would have shown up. No. Nope. Rosanna Keniston. Well, I'll put Rosanna. How was that spelled? Keniston? Hey, little Bort. I'm gonna have to just I'll have to look on Ancestry and find out exactly how it's spelled first. Hello, Emily. First time watcher. Where are you writing the diary entries? I don't know if you mean literally or what it's about. So these diary entries take place in Calais, Vermont. And literally I am using Google Docs. That's what I'm typing it into. I don't know exactly what your question is, but welcome, though. I love your username, Festive Raccoon. And Myrtie is doing pretty well. Her mother is sick, but she just got paid, so I'm sure that's nice. I helped about the housework. We are all about home. Father mowed some. He, mother, and I stayed at home all night. July 7th. Oh, having trouble typing today because my wrist is hurting. Father and I took dinner at Frank Fuller's. I drove Parnell home. Oh my god, wait, I forgot. The horse's name is Parnell. So that's probably Parnell. I love that we know the horse's name. Good old trusty Parnell. Do you think he looks like a Parnell? I tune into your lives from time to time. Oh, thank you. That's so nice, bro. Your username, I like it. And I like the little picture. Missed a line? Oh, I'll go back. Parnell. George's horse's name was Hector. Oh, thank you. Okay. He led... Okay. Father and I took dinner at Frank Fuller's. He led home. Frank's Taurus. Is that a kind of horse? Is that what Taurus, like the zodiac sign is? Is it a horse? Oh. It's a bull. Oh, okay, so it's a bull. Okay, thank you. Why did... Oh, like Toro. Okay. I drove Parnell home. Mother is at home. We all stayed at home all night. July 8th. This one has a symbol on it. I don't know if it's a cross, a plus sign, or an X. Oh, but you know what's interesting? Again, I gave Elsie Hastings a music lesson. The other days that she did a little symbol on were also days that she gave music lessons. That was what we figured out. I helped about the housework. Oh, I cannot type. Housework. Okay. Mrs. Hastings and Elsie took dinner here. It rained. Father, mother. I don't know why, Stormy, but we just figured out that it happens to be only on music lesson days, so it must be somehow related. Father, mother, and I stayed at home all night. For those of you who just came on, who weren't here in the very beginning, next week is going to be on Wednesday, my live, just so you know. I did make a live event, so you should be able to sign up for it now. But I had to change it because I have something at school. Father spoke at that town. I was with him. Mother at home. We all stayed at home all night. It's a lot of weird symbols all of a sudden, though. I don't know if this is just her scribbling. But then we have this, too. This looks like 2 zeros. I don't know what that means. We've not really seen that from her. Mother and I washed. I gave Ada Taylor a music lesson. Oh, maybe that goes to this entry? Because it has to do with a music lesson. Father got in some hay. I helped. Oh, because it's not a great word. It's I don't know. It is the name of a town, but it sounds like something else. I helped about the housework. We all stayed at home all night. Okay. July 10th. Or 11th. Mother and I is her team finished the washing. Father mowed with the machine. Her handwriting reminds me of the weatherman's wife's handwriting. Yeah, easy to read and pretty, huh? I'm just typing this into a Google Doc right now. And then I move it into a prettier document where I put pictures and stuff if we find pictures of things. Like a little scrapbook, kind of. So I move it in there later. And it's on my website if you want to see it, which is in my bio. Father mowed with the machine. He and mother went to Worcester Corner. We all stayed at home all night. It is a fun hobby. It's rewarding when you find, like when you put pieces together, find a picture of somebody. It's just a really fun feeling. We had showers. Father and I went to Worcester Corner and got 4. Is that oats? I'm gonna have to look in the actual diary, I think. 4-hour oats. Oh, 4-hour, or is 4-hour oats a thing? I know that overnight oats is a thing. You don't know? Oh, okay. I thought it was. Okay, let me look and see if that's what it looks like. You guys know a lot more than me. Is this 18? No, this is 1905. 1899. July 12th. It could be pounds. I don't see LB though. 12. July 12th. Just so you can see. Look how small this diary is. They're all this little. Tiny. July 12th. Oh, bushels, I think. BU. I think it might be BU dot oats. 4 bushels of oats. It does look like HR, but I think it's BU. And got 4 bushels oats. I helped about the housework and sewed some. We all stayed at home all night. Okay. July 13th. Father got in some hay. I helped about the housework. He, mother, lady just nosy, reading people's business. Yeah, basically. Reading people's business from 1899. He, mother, and I stayed at home all night. July 14th. We find out a lot about her life, though. It's pretty fun. Father mowed. It's like harmless gossip. They're all gone. With his scythe. He carried mother to her mother Campbell's. He came home and got in hay. He and I stayed at home all night. You know what's cool too? It seems like most of the people that we've read, if not all of them, I mean, some of them I guess we just assume the best about but don't really know what their personality was. But it seems like we read really nice authors. I don't know, especially the women. I feel like they've all been really strong, independent women. Not harmless gossip. You don't think so? Like hit the hay. I think he probably, I would assume that got in hay means he like ordered hay and it came in. Okay, July 15th. I did the housework and sewed some. Well, okay, here's one good thing that comes out of the gossip. Is a lot of these diaries I've been able to return to family members after we read through them and research the people. It might be baled hay. Oh, it could be, yeah. Finished cutting, putting away. Yeah, that's true. Maybe got in hay from the field. hold on. I'll go back and answer those questions after. But the good thing that comes out of this, maybe you could call it gossip, is that family members sometimes are receiving these heirlooms and didn't even know they existed. And they're usually pretty excited and thankful. So there is, they could just sit here and have nobody read them and have nobody research them, or we can get them back where they belong. But yeah, it's a little bit gossipy. Okay, hold on. I had a couple of other questions. Is this your personal system, or is there a way to do this yourself? Well, you could do what I'm doing and just, all I do is I take pictures of the diary on my phone, and you don't even have to do that. If you're doing it yourself, you can just read it and type it out. But I take pictures because I need to be able to zoom in for the stream. And I just type it out. That way I can search back, and then I find people and places and just start compiling. So you can do it yourself. My system is just using Google Drive for everything. If it's gossipy, then history is gossip. Yes, very true. Very true. Yeah. I don't know if I finished that thought. Oh, hay baler was not invented then, so they put the hay in the hay lofts. Yeah, so maybe that's what she means. Yes. Oh, true. Yeah, we have 130 people in here. That's a lot. Hello, Corinne. Hold on. I'm trying to scroll back and see the other comments, but it keeps jumping down to the bottom. Do I keep my own diary? I do. I haven't been good about it lately, but I do have one. I have a 5-year diary, which is pretty cool. You write in it for 5 years, and you go through the whole year once, and then you go through another year, and you get to look back at what you did the year before for 5 years. Have you ever come across a crazy diary entry, like an affair or something crazy? Diary detectives can chime in, but the one that comes to mind, there have been some like intense ones where people have died, things like that, but I think the one with the train, Ralph's with the train, was pretty crazy. I can show you that after. But that one I think was probably the wildest. Just because it was like one of the first entries we read of him too. It was the first month of the first diary we had. Okay, let me finish doing this entry and then I'll show you the train. Father worked haying. Mother is, okay. Mother is at her mother Campbell's. In that case, I'll show you in like an hour. Father and I stayed at home all night. Okay, so let's see. I gotta open up the Slippy diaries. And while we're at it, I'll just show you. This is who we're talking about. This is Ralph, his diary. And let's think. So it was in the first diary of his that we read, which would have been 1901. This is more what he looked like around that time. Looked like a little boy. Okay, so in 1901, in January, this is like this is January 1901. This is only the 3rd page of our research of him. And this is, first of all, let me read the entry first, and then I'll show you what was drawn on the page. So it's pretty crazy. He worked on the railroad, so he did a lot of he was riding back and forth a lot, and told us exactly where he went, because he's a railroad guy, so he knows all the numbers and whatever. So Cloudy took number 3 to Sheridan. I don't know if it's Sheridan or whatever, but breakfast on dining car, 90 cents. Took number 7 to Creston. This is just I did this, I did this, I did this, and then all of a sudden, struck farmer at house switch west of Woodburn Depot. Body found about 3 rail lengths west and about 30 feet from track. North, or I don't know, north feet or track north. Feet pointing towards track. Number 7 backed up and conductor got information. Dinner at Creston. Number 3 to Hastings. And he just goes on with his day. Which is crazy. Yeah. So then what's even more crazy is next to this entry in the diary, we see this little symbol or something. Like, what could this be? 11? Arrow 11? No, it's a diagram of the body pointing towards the track. There's the head. There's the feet. And that, I guess, I'm assuming that's what that is. But when we found out, it was like, what? And then, look, we did some research and we found there are articles about it. This is the guy, the unfortunate soul. Picture of him. There's like multiple. And this is where it happened, like on this railroad. I think here, near Woodburn. So yeah, I think that's the craziest one. Not only to like hear about, it's insane that the train hit somebody, and find the articles and find the picture of the guy. That's like crazy enough and just feels surreal. But then the picture, it's just strange. And this is the first time we really met Ralph, so we didn't know him. But after we read more diaries of him, we learned he's just like very matter of fact, you know? And he tells it like it is and doesn't give us much emotion. And it was just funny. Not funny, but you know. I'm a railroader. To this day, people are very casual about deaths. Really? Ugh. Yeah, I guess. It never really happened again. He did talk about a few other train crashes, I think, but not so, like, violent as, like, just a train hitting someone, you know? I know that there are a lot of deaths like that, especially one of the things that was mentioned in the article was they believed it was on purpose, but then his family said that it wasn't, and then they were like, there's no way he couldn't have heard the train coming. So, you know, I don't know. Where do you find these handwritten journals? Do you do this for a hobby? I get them on eBay, usually. One of the diaries that we're reading now, there's a series of 3. I got 1 on eBay and 2 were donated to me. Oh, you missed your diary birthday. Well, you get a happy belated diary birthday. HBDB. Happy belated diary birthday. HBDB. That's it, right? HBDB. Thank you, Carly. I said that before I saw it. Yes, that's true too. It could have been a lot of things, but I am just typing on Google Docs. That's okay, Rebecca. Happy you're here. I'm happy you found us too, Annalise. Thank you. Okay, the 16th, July 16th. Someone had asked before, why does she always say she's at home? I guess because she's always at home. I am at home. Did the housework. Father spoke. Mother came home with him. We all stayed at home all night. Yes, it does become addictive. Oh, and someone had asked earlier, how do you get into this? I wanted to plug my Patreon when they said that. I forgot. I do have a Patreon group. If you want to start this, but you don't know how to do it, I have a group. And we research together and collaborate, and we have video chats, and it's just like a fun little club, kind of diary research club. So if you join my Patreon, you can do that on Discord with us. Okay, Father and I went to Berry. I have to train my brain. Thanks, Corinne. Took dinner at E.O. Wheeler's. I think I have a picture of him. We came back to Montpelier and did some... Love that. I'm nosy and love history. Welcome to the club. And did some trading. Mother is at home. We all stayed at home all night. Do I have E.O. Wheeler? Anyone watch Portlandia? Because every time I see E.O. Wheeler, I think of Ayo River. I'm just here for the tea. All right, July 18th. Father fixed E.H. Stickney. Oh, that's who I wanted to look up too. E.H. Stickney's mowing machine. I helped about the housework. Father, mother, and I stayed at home all night. I need to frost like 40 cookies tonight. They're ghost and pumpkin shaped. And I got little eyeball sprinkles. I'm excited. I gave Elsie Hastings a music lesson. I'm gonna make Ian help me. Sewed on my blue waist. Some. Helped about the housework. Father, mother, and I stayed at home all night. Yeah, we're gonna have to squeeze like 14 people down in this tiny little basement, but it'll be fun. As an art teacher, this is like my favorite activity. Getting everyone together and painting. It is 6:50 p.m. here. I'm in Massachusetts. Hey, Addie, feeling better? Yes, I am feeling much better, thank you. Also, did we find out what the O and X symbols were? No, we never did, but we noticed that she put another X next to another music lesson, so we think it has something to do with music lessons. But actually, she didn't put one here, which is interesting. I gave Ada Taylor a music lesson. Father is haying. I helped him get in 2 loads. Sounds like you guys were right. He, mother, and I stayed at home all night. He must be harvesting the hay and bringing it into the barn. Okay. I was going to do something. I was going to look up Stickney on here. Omar Wheelock. Okay, there must be someone in here. Roy Stickney is in this picture. So not E.H. Stickney, but they must have lived next door to them because there was something that had to do with the house, the Stickney house, when I was looking up one of the Omar Wheelock or something. Are the starred entries... Oh, no, it was Clark Doty with Stickney. Are the starred entries about a month apart? I think we thought about that, but no. There's like... One of them was, and then others are just in order. I don't know. I could look back, but I'm pretty sure there were a couple in a row. We have not nailed down what it could be. But we were thinking that too. July 21st. I sewed some. Helped about the housework. Mother and I washed. Meaning did the laundry. Father, mother, and I stayed at home all night. July 22nd. Mother and I finished our washing. I helped out the housework. Father, mother, and I stayed at home all night. Is there a reason the entries all say stayed at home all night? I don't know, because it seems like that'd be something you mention if it's out of the norm, like, but because they never, I don't think she maybe once went somewhere else or stayed. Sometimes she stays in other places, but normally they're all staying at home all night. I don't know why she has to tell us every day. I stayed at home and did the housework. Yeah, she's either at home doing housework or teaching. Father, mother, and I stayed at home all night. I wonder, too, like, how her life evolves. We'll see in the next few years, but she doesn't marry. She doesn't get married. She doesn't have her own children. She just teaches. Okay. Caitlin just sent me something on Discord about the plus sign, possibly about the symbol. While plus signs were not a standard music notation symbol in 1899, it is highly likely that people used them in personal diaries or notebooks as shorthand for music-related activities, such as taking music lessons. The specific meaning would have depended on the user and the context. Okay. A scheduled lesson, an accomplished practice session, in addition to a musical piece, a personal notation system. Yeah, it could be something like, oh, we moved on to a next lesson, or we didn't, or something like that. She definitely could be notating progress or payment or something like that. Thank you for sending that. July 24th. Father carried me to Hardwick. I attended the summer school for teachers. Ooh, we'll look that up. Stayed all night at J.W. Hersey's. Proof they were home all night in case anything nefarious happens. Yeah. They need an alibi. Father went home. Oh, it could be Sumner. I don't know. We'll have to look it up. If you count the humps, it should be summer, but I don't know. We'll look it up. I was thinking summer school because it's in the summer, but it could be Sumner. At the end of the month, we'll go back because we only have a few days left. Okay. I attended again. Oh, here. Maybe this is a little bit more. No, this isn't any more helpful, except that this definitely looks like an M. But this now is like, what? S-U. There's an extra hump there. This is in Calais, Vermont. Ooh, diary birthday. Thank you for letting me know. I must have missed it. HBDB. No, HDBD. Happy diary birthday. HDBD. And then when it's belated, it's HBDBD. Okay. I've seen a lot of people make M's like that. It's M. Okay. I attended the summer school to Epworth League in the eve. I don't know what that is. Stayed all night at J.W. Epworth League. Are you related to this person? No. But Carly is. I don't know if she's here. All the entries sound like an alibi, I know. I attended the summer school. There she is. Still, though, it's a brag. You can use it. I attended the summer school. Stayed all night at J.W. Hersey's. You should make a YouTube channel. I do. I have one. It is the same name, Things Lost and Found. Should be linked in my bio in my link tree if you want to follow me there. I attended, oh, this is like a long thing she's doing, the summer school. Mrs. Hersey and I went to a lecture at the Opera House in the eve. I stayed all night at J.W. Hersey's. Do I get paid to do these or just for funsies? I have a day job, but I make a little bit of money on the side with my Patreon for this. So I have a group, a research group basically, where people who really want to get more into it, the diaries, they join my Patreon and we have a little special Discord channel. And we do video chats and special projects and things. So I make a little on that. Father came after me. I went home with him. But mostly it's just a hobby. He, mother, and I stayed at home all night. Ian's making something that smells really good. Why is this upside down? What? Is it? Am I having a stroke? That's upside down. Went home says I'm inactive. I need to tell it. I don't know. Oh no. Unable to verify. There we go. With? Yeah. Let's see if we can figure it out. Ends in an A. I'm gonna have to look. July 28th. It's upside down. But I can read upside down. July 28th. Okay. Oh, I know what it is. The only reason I know what it is because I've seen the name recently. I would not have figured this out if I didn't just see the name like 10 minutes ago. It's Lucretia. It's Went Home with Lucretia. Or Lucretia. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I will type it and you can see. She's related somehow. Because I just saw her name. I know, I wouldn't have guessed that. Even the way I looked at it flipped upside down. I don't know why she wrote it upside down because she's never done that before. She would instead go like up the side. Or like if you can squeeze it in upside down, why would you not put it right side up? I don't know. Weird, huh? But I was sitting here right before we came on and I was researching a couple of people and they were relatives and the name Lucretia came up. Only reason why I would have thought it. Because I don't even think if I had pieced the letters together, I would have been able to figure it out. Maybe upside down so you know it's part of the above entry. Yeah, maybe. She must have been trying to be mysterious. I do not know. It is something different, though. She has not done that yet. I helped about the housework. Mrs. Davis and... Oh, here again, look. If we would have just... Sometimes I do that. Like, if we would have just read the next entry, could have probably figured it out. But... And Lucretia Campbell. Okay. She's related to a Campbell. Took dinner here. I helped... Yeah, it is wild. I helped father get in... Hey, we did read a diary from 1897. That's the earliest one, but this is the second earliest. He finished. Father and I stayed at home all night. Oh, wait a second. Now we know why she wrote upside down, because this is finishing that sentence. It's not from the previous entry. Mother went home with Lucretia. And that makes sense because she's mentioned above anyways. Okay. And it's a full sentence. She is a teacher after all. She has to use full sentences. All right, 2 more days. This is why you don't journal. Father and I... Dang, I thought we had a secret romance. No, I don't know. We haven't really found anything like that with Myrtie. We did. It was pretty cool when we read the Weatherman Diaries. We had a sneaking suspicion that the daughter of Todd, the diary author, and Edna, the other diary author, the daughter's name was also Edna. And she never married and she never had children, but she had a very close friend named Nellie who basically lived with her. Not actually, but was there all the time. They spent every minute together. She was there on holidays. They were like, she was part of the family. And we thought they're probably together, but kind of like on the down low. It was in the 1940s and the I think it was all 1940s actually that we read of them. But we found out later, I ended up finding a descendant and I interviewed him because I wanted to know like what he knew about the family and what he could shed light on. And we were correct. Our hunch was correct. So that was pretty cool. We've a couple of times been like, oh, Myrtie's staying at this guy's house. Like, no, it's just her student's parent. So, like, nothing too juicy. I did this for an 1851 European travel journal for an undergrad course. That is really cool. It is really rewarding. He went to Mrs. Eunice Campbell's. That is Mother Campbell. That's her stepmother's mother. After Mother. That's so weird, because she usually writes Mother Campbell. That's how she says Mrs. Eunice Campbell. She has, I don't think, ever spelled it out so professionally. That's odd. Mrs. Eunice Campbell's after Mother. She came home with him. We all stayed at home all night. It's a little out of character for Myrtie. July 31st. Father, Mother, and I went to Curtis Pond a-fishing. I like that. We went a-fishing. We had good luck. Oh, that's fun. Came home. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they're just fishing for survival, but came home and stayed at home all night. Okay. July is done. What was I going to look up? The summer school. I was going to look up the teacher's summer school. Let's see if it's in the newspaper. I'm going to capitalize it like she did. And we'll say this is in 1899, but it's in July. And it's in, let's see. Catholic, that's not, no, teaching summer school. Summer school for teachers. I think that's the most activity she's done, I know. And where was it? Hardwick. Hardwick. Thought this was going to be a little easier. But... Okay. Mrs. Lottie Crow and Allie Morrison are in attendance at the summer school in Hardwick. That's all we've got? Where's Hardwick? Is it Vermont? Or Maine? It's a town in Vermont. Let me just open it up to maybe... Oh, I'm in Washington County, actually, so let me extend it to all of Vermont. Several of this place are planning to attend the summer school at Hardwick. Hardwick. Robbery on a small scale. What? I am on YouTube, yes. Under the same name, Things Lost and Found. Okay. The sessions of the summer school opened at the Academy Monday. After a brief address, let's see if this lines up maybe with what she's saying. A lecture at the Opera House, let's see. After a brief address from Honorable Mason Stone, the regular work of the school was taken up. Each instructor takes 2 45-minute periods for his work daily. The sessions open with devotional exercises and continue at 8:45 and continue until 12 p.m. Open at 2 p.m. and close at 4:15. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I wonder if her name's in here. Okay, these are from East Hardwick. Okay, let's skim and see if we can find Callis. Barnett. Greensboro. Oh, this is hard because it's like Not indented at all. Walcott, Cabot, Morrisville, St. Johnsbury, Reigate, West Burke, East Burke, East Haven, South Woodbury, Woodbury, Stowe, Worcester. Here she is! Myrtie Wheeler! That's awesome. She was there. Isn't that fun? I love finding that. Little pieces. It's like an educational conference for teachers, yeah. Alibi proven, you're right. We have proof she was here. I have to somehow save this. I don't really want to clip the whole article, though. I'll do this. Just do a little blurb and then put that for now, because I don't have the text in here. I'll put it here and link this. Now it said at the Academy. I wonder if like Hardwick Academy is a thing. Hardwick Academy Bell. Hardwick Academy. Okay. Was it around in 1899? Hardwick Academy History. 1912. It's on Facebook. I'll have to open it after. I missed last week's live. Oh, I wasn't here on last week. I had to cancel it because I had a school thing. I need to learn how to get into this stuff. Well, the first thing you do is find a diary. And you can get them on eBay or pretty much eBay. You can get them at antique stores. I've gotten one at an estate sale, but that was just luck. Or you can join my Patreon if you want to get into it, but you don't want to commit to buying your own diaries. I have plenty of stuff for us to go through. On Etsy, yep, I actually had gotten one on Etsy once. Search on eBay. You could do like antique diary, but as soon as you put antique, you're gonna get expensive stuff. They're all like pretty pricey. You just have to keep like waiting until one is a reasonable price, pretty much. You could do, I think I usually search, what do I usually search? I kind of switch it up. I do antique diary, filled, like you want to make sure vintage handwritten journal, things like that. I think if you put the words historical in or antique, you might end up with like really expensive ones, but it's just, you just got to like kind of play with it and search. Definitely make sure you check the descriptions and the pictures and make sure that it's full. Because a lot of times, even if it's only a few pages, they'll still put a picture up of the handwriting because it's cool. But it will say in the description, oh, it's only 10 pages filled out of the whole diary. And if you're doing it, if you're collecting it because it's cool and old and you just want to collect old diaries, sure. But if you're collecting them because you want to do what I'm doing, you need to get some that are full. There's also, I haven't looked into it much, but people have told me that Library of Congress has diaries uploaded, so you could find something online. I'm sure that's already been like cataloged. But yeah, I get them on eBay. All right, so next week, speaking of not being on last week, next week I had to move the live to Wednesday. So I'll be on Wednesday, not Thursday. So on the 8th at 6. This concept is wild. Yes, it is kind of crazy. It's crazy when we read something that happened 100 years ago and it sounds like something that could happen today. It's kind of, it is wild. All right. So if you want to sign up for the live event to get notifications, I put it on my TikTok page, so you can hit the, I don't know, you click on live event and you can say notify me or something. And if you're in my Discord, the announcements Discord or the Patreon Discord. I always let you know when things change too, so I'll keep you updated. But next week will be Wednesday. Hey, Deb. Have a good night. People's lives are not different. Humans are humaning. Yes, and that's the realization that is crazy. It's pretty cool. How did you get into doing this? I love this idea. I started reading a diary that I got randomly at an estate sale. I've always liked old pictures and just like pieces of history, but not really history class, like things that belonged to people, and thinking about who owned this and who wrote this letter and things like that. So I found the diary at an estate sale and then just started reading it just for my own like curiosity. And then realized that the woman who wrote the diary was pretty prominent in society in 1917, found a bunch of stuff about her family. It was like a mystery, like unlocking a mystery, and it was addicting, and that's how I started. And then after I read that diary, I started reading others, and then I came out and started doing it online, and that's how it grew. What do you do with the write-up? It is on my website. So this, for example, is the Weatherman Diaries. This is kind of what I copy and paste this stuff into these documents, which are Google Slides, because I'm a teacher. Google Slides is my language. So I put pictures and information that we find, and then I also just paste the entries in here. And then ultimately, when I'm done, I send the physical copies back to a relative if I can find him. So Jim here, Todd's great-grandson, I gave these 3 diaries back to him. He was very excited. And the last ones that we read, Ralph Slippy's diaries and Georgiana Slippy's diaries, they also got returned to a descendant. And I'm going to send a digital copy to a couple of museums who helped me along the way too. So I send them all different places. All right, so I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to go do my cookies. I need to eat dinner first, though, so I don't eat all the cookies. I don't know. That's a good question, V. V's question is, do you believe in past lives? Kind of. I don't know. I'd like to. All right, everybody. Good night. See you next week. See you on Wednesday. Goodbye, Festive Raccoon. Thanks for joining us. See you next Wednesday. Usually it's Thursday, but next week it's Wednesday. All right.